Refugees flee from Ukraine at a fast rate. Oak Ridge National Laboratory works with the Tennessee Valley Authority to get rid of the carbonized technology, and the public shows mixed feelings over the books in school libraries.
That and more today on APSU TV News. Welcome to the latest episode of APSU TV News. I'm Peay McRoberts.
And I'm Kizer with your weekly news. The United Nations says 1 million people have fled Ukraine since Russia's attack began. This makes it the quickest evacuation of refugees this century. The report on Wednesday came as Russian forces surrounded 2 strategic Ukraine seaports. Russia keeps on targeting the country's second biggest city with bombings. Moscow's isolation began to increase. Most of the world is against Russia as the United Nations demanded to withdraw from Ukraine. 2 former safety directors at Kentucky coal mines will not serve any jail time after they were convicted of rigging dust monitoring devices. A statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office says 52-year-old Steve Demos and 53-year-old Ron Ivey have been sentenced to 6 months probation on the federal charge. They were safety directors at the Armstrong Coal Company's Parkway and Kronos mines in western Kentucky. They were employed from 2013 to 2015 and oversaw required dust sampling. Officials say they repeatedly removed dust sampling devices from mines before the end of the designated sampling period.
The Oak Ridge National Laboratory and the Tennessee Valley Authority are joining forces to work together on decarbonization technologies. A news release says, quote, "The partnership will help TVA work towards the goal of net zero carbon emissions," end quote. This partnership will attempt to explore different options of capturing carbon from the air and converting the carbon dioxide into valuable products. They will also investigate other approaches which are not limited to hydrogen generation, electric vehicle charging, nuclear reading technology, long duration energy storage, and grid modernization, among other things. TVA provides electricity to more than 10 million people in more than 7 states, while Oak Ridge is the U.S. Department of Energy's largest science and energy laboratory.
A number of state prosecutors want to know how TikTok affects young users' mental health. Attorneys general in several states, including California, Montana, Massachusetts, and Colorado, announced they are investigating the popular video platform. Texas investigators began digging for answers last month into TikTok's alleged violations of children's privacy. U.S. lawmakers and federal regulators have criticized TikTok, pointing out practices and computer-driven promotion content they can say endanger the physical and mental health of young users. The platform has an estimated 1 billion monthly users and is especially popular with teens and younger children.
Public school librarians across Tennessee are under heavy scrutiny from Republican lawmakers over the books on their shelves. Parents and community leaders are pushing for more supervision on what materials should be provided to children. The state's GOP-controlled General Assembly is considering several proposals to increase the scrutiny and transparency in public school libraries. Supporters say the goal of the proposal is to ensure that students are exposed to age-appropriate content. They hope to, quote, "weed out potential violations in the libraries," end quote. There has been varied success among advocates while appealing to their school boards. Book banning has reached an all-time high from previous decades. This has caused an outcry of responses from protesters opposing certain book bannings. Activism has grown with the rising number of decades for banning books as well. Groups against the book bans are springing up across the nation. Mothers in Orange County, Florida, founded the Freedom to Read Project. The American Civil Liberties Union filed a lawsuit aimed at preventing districts from banning books like Genderqueer and The Bluest Eye. The American Library Association says nearly 300 books were banned or challenged in 2020. Books can be banned or challenged for several reasons, including anything that can be harmful to children. That's all the time we have for the news. We will be right back after the break.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zach Pugh, host of Crunch Time. Join me and my co-host Jahmar Perkins each week here on APSU TV as we talk about what's going on in the world of sports.
Welcome back. As the Russian invasion of Ukraine continues to unfold, Tennessee has joined other states in tightening the financial squeeze on Russia. Governor Bill Lee confirmed the state of Tennessee does not have any Russian holdings or investment in Russian companies. Lee also requested an investigation to be conducted by the Treasury officials. In the state Senate, Lieutenant Governor Randy McMalley echoed similar calls of support for Ukraine. McMalley called Russia's invasion of Ukraine, quote, hideous and unprovoked, end quote. McNally introduced a resolution urging President Biden and Congress to limit Russian banking, expel Russian diplomats, and ban Russian exports. Several Nashville landmarks, such as the Parthenon and the Tennessee state capitol, displayed the yellow and blue colors of the Ukrainian flag. Election season is getting closer. We are learning that special interest groups are maintaining the history of influencing Tennessee state officials. Nashville's News Channel 5 reports an estimated $60 million is spent each year in ordering to influence state elections. The News Channel 5 investigation found lobbyists are spending large amounts of money on the daily lavish events. These events are almost always private and allow for lobbyists to converse with lawmakers out of the public eye. Voters are raising concerns about the power of these organizations and the impact they have on our daily lives. Tennessee governor says he is working to prevent crime in the state. Governor Bill Lee was in Memphis Thursday, where he announced plans to bring more state troopers to Shelby County. Kelly Cook reports.
When you add one officer to this street, you lower the crime rate on this street. And that's why we're putting 20 new troopers specifically in Shelby County.
Governor Bill Lee in town touting his new crime prevention budget. Thursday, he took a private ride-along in the city with Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis and members of the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
We all recognize that our city centers, Nashville, Memphis, our largest cities, have the greatest challenges with crime. That's where we ought to be investing.
In addition to the 20 additional Tennessee Highway Patrol troopers in Shelby County, Governor Bill Lee is proposing $30 million for relocation bonuses for out-of-state police officers looking to move to Tennessee. MPD already offers $15,000 bonuses. $150 million for Violent Crime Intervention Fund and expansion of state funding for law enforcement training. On the same day of Governor Lee's visit, Speaker of the House Cameron Sexton held his own press conference alongside Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland, pushing a truth in sentencing bill making its way through the Tennessee legislature.
The scales of justice are meant to be balanced, not unbalanced.
And sometimes you can be too soft. You can have too much rehabilitation, too much of this, and not enough sentencing.
The bill would add 14 felonies to the list where an inmate would have to serve 100% of their sentence if convicted. While Governor Lee would not say definitively if he supported the bill, Chief Davis was clear both lawmakers' proposals are needed in the city.
We appreciate the opportunity to receive resources, much needed resources that help augment what the city is already doing for us here. But this particular legislation is just another layer of assistance that we need as we fight crime every day. Our officers arrest individuals over and over again.
Davis says additional funding is needed for more technology such as drones and cameras, as well as fully staffing the city's real-time crime.
One of Clarksville's most crowded neighborhoods is about to become even busier, now that planning officials have approved a new 900-home development. But neighbors say they do not want it. Clarksville Now reports the Regional Planning Commission approved the plans on Powell Road in the already congested Rossview district. Homeowners in that area have pushed back against the decision with a petition with more than 1,000 signatures. They claim the RPC has ignored previous requests in the past to stop projects in their neighborhood. The community is known for flooding from the Red River. Construction in the area has made the flooding more to safety and traffic concerns as years progress. Residents also point to safety and traffic concerns as Powell Road is only 2 lanes with 1 exit point. However, planning officials have pushed back against these concerns with future plans of connecting Powell Road to Dunbar Cave. Stay tuned for weather with Diamond Kizer after the break.
Can I get the Now bar, please? $1. Have a good one. Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a Now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cindy, and I'm here with Asha. What would be the thing that makes you say, you know what, now's the time?
I've been on the fence for a while about whether to get the vaccine or not, based on, things that I've heard, things that I've seen. Seeing those kind of things just gets you a little scared. It's like, I think everybody should have a choice. Could the vaccine possibly affect my ability to have kids in the future?
Here's the real kicker. If someone got COVID-19, the illness, and they were pregnant, their chance of miscarriage goes up by over 3 times as much.
I didn't think about COVID-19 possibly affecting your reproductive system because my mom, she was barely able to have kids. It was a miracle that I was able to be here. It was very important for me to know that, and now I am a lot more secure in getting the vaccine than I was.
Welcome back to APSU TV News. I'm Diamond, and today we're going to talk about the weather. It's been a little warmer this week, so we're going to talk about the current national temperatures. We have New York at 37. We have Atlanta at 72. Chicago at 38. Dallas at 69. And then over here we have Denver at 62. Seattle with a low 46. And then we have Los Angeles at 59. Today's highs, we have Nashville at a high of 78, which is kind of high because today's weather, I think it's only supposed to be Clarksville 74. Then we have Memphis at a high of 79, which is highest for anybody in our nation. We have Chicago at 77, and we also have Knoxville at 74. Today's lows, we have Nashville at 56, Clarksville at 56 also, Memphis at a 57, Chattanooga at 53, and Knoxville at 47. And today, the current temperature right now, we have 69 degrees with wind moving northwest at 5 miles per hour. Tonight, it might get a little chilly, but not as much with a low of 56 and wind moving south at 8 miles per hour and no chance of rain. Now let's get into the 5-day forecast. Today, which is Friday, we have a high of 74 with a low of 56, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, we have the partly cloudy also with a high of 77 and a low of 65. Sunday, we're getting to some thunderstorms, but it's still going to be a little warm outside, so with a high of 69, a low of 65. Monday, we're still going to get some rain, but it won't be thunderstorms. We have a high of 68 and a low of 37. Tuesday, we're getting out of those 60 and 70 temperatures with a high of 53 and a low of 37, being mostly cloudy. That's all we have for today's weather. I'm Diamond Kizer.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
How is my little birdykins feeling?
Well, I feel okay. My wing hurts a little bit, but that's okay.
I made the decision to get Big Bird vaccinated because COVID vaccines are the best way to keep yourself, our friends and neighbors, and me safe and healthy.
And it'll help me keep playing with my granny bird and all my friends at school.
Yeah.
It's okay to have questions about COVID vaccines for your kids. Get the latest facts by speaking to your pediatrician or healthcare provider.
Good afternoon, Jahmar here. Welcome inside the Sports Zone. I am currently live from Evansville, Indiana at the Ford Center for some Ohio Valley Conference tournament action. Last night, unfortunately, our men did see a loss against Tennessee Tech. We saw a hard-working performance from two players, Cam Copeland with 10 points and 9 rebounds, and also Elton Walker with 16 points and 6 rebounds. It was a struggle for them as they ended up shooting 3 from 27 from three-point line. That's really what caused their fall. But we got to talk to Elton Walker in our post-game interview and got to hear some words from Coach Nate James.
You know, overall, my 2 seasons here, you know, I love every part about it. I made a lot of relationships that'll last a lifetime, connections, and they just all became my family at the end of the day, my brothers.
Want to ask you a question, take you into this game. You have your season high today with 16 points, 15 points being your season high originally. Take me through this. There wasn't as much of an answer as you usually see with the Governors. You were the one that was kind of answering the horn. Tell me how that was coming about. Was it more of a design, or was it more of you taking it upon yourself?
Really, just before the game, I was locked in. You know, I know my capabilities. I came into the game locked in, and you know, when the coach gave me the shot, you know, whenever I'm open, just make the shot, have confidence.
Well, again, I had a really, really good group. Every day, they fought hard. Practices, competed every game. You know, we fought. You know, I think we had a handful of games where we didn't perform up to the level that I thought that we could, and this is one of them, unfortunately. But every game, I mean, they gave me their all, and it was an honor to coach them.
So moving on, Austin Peay's season will be over as far as the men's, and they will look to take on the ASUN Conference next year. And it was the first year for Coach Nate James, and he does have something to be proud of. Specifically, our Gov of the Week, Elijah Hutchins Everett, won the OVC Freshman of the Year in his first campaign. Really solid performance from him and a good year for the team. But moving on to that, our women's team were able to take on and defeat TSU in the semifinal. They ended up getting a first-round bye, and they took care of business with the victory as they ended up winning 67-53. They were led by Yamaya Johnson with 17 points and Shy Booker with a double-double, 13 points and 10 rebounds. Was the first double-double since 2012 in a postseason tournament for Austin Peay, so she definitely showed up and showed out. Also, Carly Pace, she is one of the Austin Peay's top players, and she's been struggling her past couple of games, but she was able to score 14 points as well. But we were able to talk to Shy Booker and Coach Brittany Young after the game.
Well, first, just coming from regular season, we really wanted to be in the same mental capacity space. Can't even say the words, but I'm just so happy. But we had a conversation, and we talked about what we wanted from the beginning. And after everything we've been through, even though we had a season that we've been supposed to put it towards, we know everything counts. Yeah. So it's when we finally came into this space right here, we knew it was we're one and done. So we got everything we talked about, we just got to step it up and really be about it.
But I thought that our team had great energy. I mean, from shoot around this morning up until their warm up on the court. I thought that they, came in today with a mission, and I think it reflected in our play overall. So just proud of our team, and, we were able to survive and advance another day. Belmont and their pedigree, what they've been able to accomplish in this league. For me, getting the job, they're one of the first teams that I immediately just began to study, because what they've accomplished, that's what we're trying to accomplish here. While we have great respect, I think the fact that we were able to split with them during the season, I love the confidence that gives our players coming into a game like this. And we talked about it before we left. There's no one that we're going to face in this tournament that we haven't, had a win against at least once this year. So again, great respect for, Bart and their program and what they do. I think they're first class. But at the same time, we're going to gear ourselves up and be ready for a great contest.
Next up for Austin Peay will be the #1 seeded Belmont Bruins and the regular season champions. With that win, it will propel them to the OVC championship. Live from Evansville, Jahmar Perkins here on APSU TV.
Great having you. Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Welcome back to the news. Get those interview outfits and resumes ready. Austin Peay's Career Services will be hosting a Career Expo on March 15th and 16th. The Career Expo will be in the UC Ballroom from 10 until 3 each day. This event is open to APSU students and alumni from all majors. Students will have the chance to network with recruiters during the fair and explore various career opportunities and graduate and professional school options. If you're looking for a part-time job, on-campus job, internship, full-time job, or if you're currently researching graduate school, this is the event for you. A list of all attending organizations along with days attending will be available at www.apsu.edu/career/events prior to this event.
This might sound like a weird question, but how does a book about famous artist Salvador Dali and viral singer Billie Eilish sound? APSU student Valeria Mendez will answer that question for you. Mendez was inspired by an exercise in class one day with APSU Spanish professor Dr. Ozzy De Palo Harrison in his advanced Spanish composition class, where he asked his students to look at Dali's Swans Reflecting Elephants painting and write a short story based upon the surrealist image. Mendez was inspired while walking onto the restroom and put on Billie Eilish's When the Party's Over to set the mood for her sad tale. Mendez worked with her professor to polish her four-page story some more. Her work was published in Azare's literary magazine. A print issue will be out in the spring.
A heroic dad shields his son from an angry rodeo bull, and a family escapes a house moments before it explodes. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
For the first time since the pandemic cut its season short in 2020, fans of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in Texas flocked to the event ready and raring to go, and just in time to celebrate the annual event's 90th anniversary. But it was a smaller rodeo in Belton, Texas that made headlines after video of a rodeo rider's brush with danger went viral. Almost immediately thrown from a bucking bull, 18-year-old Cody Hooks was visibly dazed from his fall. That's when his father Landis Hooks can be seen throwing himself on his son, shielding him from the massive, still thrashing animal. Cody later posted the heroic moment, thanking his father and fellow bullfighters for their quick and selfless actions. The video received scores of views and comments praising the protective dad, calling him amazing, a legend, and a pure cowboy. This is all that's left of a home in O'Fallon, Missouri, after a gas leak resulted in a huge explosion in a residential neighborhood. Thankfully, the home was empty as the family had left after smelling gas shortly before the blast, which was captured by a neighbor's camera. Local firefighters had reportedly gone door to door warning of a gas leak reported by a utility company doing work in the area. In addition to the destroyed home, several others have been condemned. The frightening incident is now under investigation. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Spring break has finally started. We've waited all semester for this. B, do you have any plans?
To be honest, Diamond, I'm just going to be working. What about you? You got any cool plans going on?
I wish. I'm be at work just like you.
Okay, I wasn't say I feel you, but I mean, at least with us getting out of work, this weather is going to be great.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. The weather has been amazing. Like yesterday, I think the high was like 78, almost 80 degrees.
Yeah, it was great. I was going to say I was glad. I slept with my windows open and everything. So,
but it's supposed to rain Sunday.
I know. Well, hopefully, it's going to be back in those high weathers, short weather. Spring is almost upon us. I am definitely looking forward to that. How about you?
How's this semester gone for you so far?
It's going pretty well. I was going to say classes are classes. I was going to say I'm doing my homework and working like a bunch. How's your semester going so
It's
far?
been great. I've been able to get more involved in organizations that I want to get involved with. I'm doing more video production in my class. We're editing. We actually just did like a music video type thing, and it was really cool. I have to show you. It's really
okay,
nice.
Most definitely. I was going to say I will definitely be looking forward to that because we, in my video production class, we just did a PSA, and it is amazing. I was going to say I didn't know how much that I absolutely love like producing videos and such. Like it's very like I got to direct, and so it was like very like feeling like I was in control and like really great.
I know last semester we did shows also. So do you have any experience from that?
Yeah, I do. I was gonna say I can tell you that after the show.
But that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at APSU TV Clarksville and Instagram at APSU_TV. Thank you for watching APSU TV News Update. And as always, let's go Peay.